So I wasn't at Danielle's party at the shore.
You're shocked? You're shocked?
Yeah, you don't have a pink wristband, you have to go. Goes back to Danielle, tells Danielle, came over to me, the waitress, said, I'm sorry, you have to go.
I don't know. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean.
There have been things that have been brewing with Danielle. You just made that up. How many times have I asked you for your... I didn't give out the... You gave it to Jen Fesler in December. But I've asked you. I've asked you. That's not surprising.
And
Wait, Margaret, don't get in too deep.
Before, I was going to keep it to myself, but actually, I think I'm a little bothered now.
No, I'm holding you to. I didn't say anything about your mother. Oh my God. Then don't do it. You keep saying you can't do it. Then don't do it. Who's begging you to do it?
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today, we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. This episode was really good. I'm not even going to hold you. It was a lot of back and forth, but you could definitely, it's crazy to see the dynamics shifting. I wouldn't say in real time, because we know this is pre-recorded, but however, like in the real time for them. And the only one that seemed to peep it was like Dolores. Dolores was just like, what's going on here? Right? But y'all like, comment, subscribe, let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
We opened up the video with Margaret and her husband. They're over here out, I think on the motorcycle. She's over here, stop, got some food, just chit chatting, just a normal little, old folks stroll. Shout out to her. She's living the life, right? So Margaret basically feels that Jen Fesler is being fake, and she feels like she can't really stand to Teresa.
About Louis, you told me you're afraid of the guy, you can't stand the guy. Don't be one way when no one else is around, and be a different way because you're chicken.
She's just like, okay, you said all this stuff about Teresa, that you didn't like Teresa, you can't stand Louis, but now everything is sweet. And I mean, like I said in my last video, Jen Fesler is definitely moving kind of shady, because we saw what she said that first episode. We're just like, okay. However, I feel like she's putting a little 20 on 10, because I'm looking at her like, girl, if you say you don't mind who she hang out with, then don't mind who she hang out with. It can't be one or the other. It's just like you have to pick what battle do you want to pick. That she being fake as hell, and but you don't care who she hang out with, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta pick which one. But hold on, let me turn this shit off. Girl, what are we watching? Let's talk about Jan and how, she's still grieving over the process that her, Jan passed away. And she then starts to question Jackie. She said that Jackie's motives are very weird, because it's just like, when I'm over here confronting Fesler, now Jackie wants to speak up on her behalf. And it's kind of weird because, girl, like, we're supposed to be cool, you're supposed to support me. And then she brings up Jackie's book, and she was like, all these other people got a copy of the book, but I don't. And I just think that's weird and that's fake. And she was like, you know how I feel about when I'm still grieving, Jan passed away, and she did support me at the funeral. She did come to all these other things in support of me with this, the passing of her ex-husband. But now she's just being fake.
After Jan died, how many phone calls did I get?
0.
Granted, she came to Jan's funeral, she came to the Shiva, she was great. But then people forget.
And my whole thing is this, where I can sympathize with Margaret's grieving, and I can understand that you want someone to, support you during that time. However, when it comes to Jackie did all those things that you just listed. Jackie supported you during that time. If you needed something extra as a friend, you didn't say that during that time. As a friend, your friend did what she was supposed to do, which was support you. You can't put any type of the part of the grieving process onto any other person, because that's your grieving process. It's not hers, right?
I'm always giving Joe a hard time about everything.
I feel the deepest horror for you, because I never want you to feel horror. I never want you to be sad.
And it's just one of the things where, just like, I feel like she was trying to find obviously she don't want them to be cool with Teresa. That's just the fucking the given. However, it's just like, you can't control that. You cannot control a grown-ass woman. And Jackie said something in one of the episodes where I felt like she hit the nail with the hammer, when she said that, I feel like Margaret thought that she ran us, and Margaret thought that, we supported her and she was like the center of my fucking life. And that's not the case. Shout out to her for realizing that, oh, I'm a grown-ass woman. So yeah. So then we transport over to the sit down with Rachel and Jen, right? So Jen sits down and Rachel's just like,
Jen, my bestie, you're my friend. I have tears in my eyes.
and Jen Fesler's like, okay, I'm confused on what this is. Like, what's going on?
I'm hurt, Jen. I hate to see you cry, honey. I can't stop lately. To be really honest with you, I don't really get it.
So Rachel's just like, if somebody has done something so wrong to my family, I just think it's crazy that you are trying to be cool with that person. She's just like crying and stuff. And Jen Fesler's just like, girl, you act like I'm over here hanging at her house. You're acting like that we over here going to parties. You're acting like all these other things are happening. She was like, but one, I can hang out with whoever I want to. Two, all y'all saw was us talk and hug. There's nothing else that y'all have seen from Jen Fesler.
I thought that was a victory. Something that you see as a victory, to me and John, is bullshit.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's other things that are going on, obviously. However, you're over here crying. He said that Louis has done so much, Teresa has done so much. To be honest, at this moment, you want to say she done so much, you have too. You said stuff about her, she said stuff about you. It's give and take. Y'all don't like each other. Y'all don't fuck with each other. So it's just like for you to be like, oh, well, I can't believe that you're not my friend. And I've dealt with this before where I had in friendships where you just like you've been friends with someone for like a year or something. And you become close and you're in a friend group circle. Now, they go to other friend just like, oh, don't hang out with them. Oh, don't talk to them. Or they be like, don't try to take my friend. If I'm in a friend group circle, I'm not exclusively one person's friend. I can get to know everybody else in this friend group. And I think it's a disservice to myself. And it's kind of sabotage when someone wants to just solely be your friend. And mind you, we're in the same friend group circle. And just like, you know what? You can't be cool. We're all cool together, but you can't hang out one-on-one. One girl, she was just like, Brian, we should definitely hang out. I was like, cool, let me know. Mind you, with me, I was new to DC. I'm new to the city. I don't know that many people. So I had this one person telling this other girl, don't take my friend. So now she feels the type of way because she don't want to get mad at her and vice versa. They won't get mad. So now I'm over here lonely, hopeless, and destitute, right? But it's just like one of those things where I feel like they want Jen Fesler to solely be their friend and not make any other friendships outside of them because they want to have a number behind them. And I definitely can sympathize with that, where it's like, I'm a grown-ass adult and I can make decisions on my own and no bitch is going to tell me who the fuck I can and cannot hang out with. So once I start seeing stuff like that, personally, within my own life, I start distancing myself because I've noticed that it was a person where it's just like we're both, like I said, we're introduced to the same friend group. I was a little bit later into the friend group, right? Because I moved there, obviously. So the person was just like, just telling people like, this Brian's my friend, right? So just little stuff like that I noticed. I'm just like, you know what? I back up. So maybe that's what's going to push Fesler and Jackie away. We don't know. But they come to a common ground. She hugs her just like, girl, I'm still your friend. I still love you. Da da da.
I feel like that too. Are you going to cry? I don't like to fight with you. I love you.
I just feel like Rachel's really putting 20 on 10 and it's not that deep. Like, girl, you crying. You crying. And you're a grown-ass woman. But, they call her Dub. So Jennifer Aiden is having a doggy party, right? Having like a little, what's it called? Bones and Barks? I don't know. But all the dogs are getting together and, all the girls come and they bring their dogs. And, the daughter, Olivia's talking about,
yeah, a female dog's called a bitch. We love a bitch. This bitch, oh my God, this bitch. Oh, it's a cute bitch. Oh yeah, she's a bitch.
I'm like, she thinks she's smart. Okay, I'll let her have that one. However, we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of everything because they all sit down outside. And there's a girl, I think her name is Linda. Outside, Jennifer Aiden, they all talk about just a random conversation. Jackie was like, oh, you know, Danielle, she did not invite me to her party in Jersey Shore. And, you know, I was the only one not invited. Like, I didn't know there was beef.
So I wasn't at Danielle's party at the shore. I wasn't invited. You stayed where, Rachel's? I stayed at Rachel's with Danielle.
You know, like I said before, Jackie, you was a hating ass bitch last season. So what makes you think she was going to invite you? Like, what? So Jennifer Aydin's just like, you know, Danielle's in the Dominican Republic right now, so that's why she's not here. But I also did invite Margaret, and, you know, I invited Rachel, but, you know, they declined the offer because they had other things going on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. However, baby, so Jennifer Aydin brings up this Linda character. So Linda's like, yeah, you know, Danielle, she's such a nice girl. But I said, okay, here we go. She's like, yeah, you know, there was an event. She was doing something for charity. We all were there. However, I always do, like, I do the girl's hair. I do her makeup, touch her up for free, you know, pro bono, nothing too crazy, just helping the girls out because I'm trying to be on the show, peep that. So then she's just like, you know, Jen, when we over here went to the charity event, you know, I didn't have a wristband. Didn't know I had to have a wristband. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But, you know, the security came over and said, you cannot be here without a wristband. And she was like, no, you know, that's my girl. That's my friend. Like, you know, we're cool.
That had all of our entourage. We were hanging out with our people. The waitress comes over to me and says, yeah, you don't have a pink wristband. You have to go.
However, then she just like, security went back to Danielle. She said she see Danielle like doing all of this, like, blah, blah, blah. We don't know. It's very vague. There's not that much detail. So then all of a sudden now it's like, you have to leave, da, da, da. So she was like, oh, I got kicked out, this and the third. I have two questions for this situation because she said she got kicked out. One, did Teresa and any of the other girls not help you get back into the party when you got kicked out? One, because they all were there. Peep that. And two, do we know for a fact that's what Danielle said? That's all I want to know. Because I feel like there's a lot of plot holes in this that are pointing back to messiness.
No.
Danielle goes like, basically, now I don't know exactly what she said.
I don't know exactly what she said.
And a lot of things are up into interpretation. And I don't like that. Because when Danielle and Jennifer Aydin start beefing, because they're going to start beefing. When they start beefing, no matter what, the ignition and the gasoline from the situation, Jennifer Aydin, you're gonna be at fault, 100%. You started this situation. You brought this girl to this event to spill this tea, and for none of the other girls to sit around and that were there and to defend her. Danielle, I hope you peep in it because, girl, they got you good. 2 seasons back to back. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you have to go. There have been things that have been brewing with Danielle that people in this group may not be privy to.
Yeah. Mind you, I didn't bring up Gia being at this little event. I find it kind of interesting that they have her, you know, confessionals, you know, glam with the girls in the mess, giving advice. I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe she might be, you know, a potential housewife later on in life. Who knows? But I think it's kind of be funny, like, you know, she speaks on a lot of topics within her family. What if the shoe was on the other foot and then Antonia was very open and just like, oh, my mom, my aunt, all that. How would Teresa like it? But to each his own, just a thought. In the midst of all this situation, Jackie was basically talking about Jackie and Teresa were being real friendly, real chummy. And, you know, we've been friends for so long. You know, I love this girl. Oh, my God. I do all this. And Dolores is sitting around like,
okay, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone because when have y'all been friends?
She was like, what was the singular moment that made y'all cool again? Because I don't know. Like, so Dolores is very much like confused on what's going on. But in the midst of her confusion, she, you know, she's like, oh, wait, I'm having a baseball game, you know, in Baramas for, you know, Memaminis. I think that's how they call them, Memaminis. Girl, I don't fucking know. I'm not from New Jersey. I don't know these names. Okay. So, but they're doing a charity event like they normally do on the baseball game against the doctors to raise money for, you know, Memaminis. I think I'm saying this wrong, and I feel like I'm gonna sound so stupid. But however, raising money for them, and also she wants to raise money for, you know, our sister, Miss Gertie from Real Housewives of Miami. You know, Gertie went through her cancer battle, and she came out on the other side. Y'all already know that, you know, my aunt passed away last year around Christmas, Thanksgiving time. It was a very hard time for my family. However, you know, we got through it. So yeah, rest in peace. Transport over, and we see Melissa and Joe dropping their daughter off to college. She going to the University of Delaware, and it was such a hard moment because, one, I do not really care for the Gorgas by any means. However, in this moment, I love this moment 110%. I was over here having tears in my eyes because I'm just like, look, they're dropping their daughter off. She like, hurry up and get the fuck out of here so I can over here twerk this ass. Joking. But, you know, it was just seeing them make the rooms, and her friend is there as well. And then, like, you know, they're coming to the realization like, oh, she's not gonna be in our house anymore. Like, she's about to move out, and the other two is right behind her. So, you know, shout out to them for it. It really is a, you know, a hard thing to do. Like, if I had a child, I feel like it would be such a gut-wrenching moment to basically drop your child off into the a random place you really don't know. But, you know, shout out to them. So we go to the baseball game, May Mama Niece. And, you know, all the girls are there. You know, they see the fans. It's, you know, they raised like over $200,000. Shout out to them. That's like a lot of money to, you know, from one singular event. So shout out to Dolores. I mean, her philanthropy is like amazing. So we see them in I guess you would say the locker room. Two moments happened in this, and I was just like, I'm not talking about Gia, because Gia was at the little thing, the dog party. I'm not talking about Gia because, I mean, I feel like they're really trying to make Gia like maybe a housewife. I don't know. Who knows? She got a confessional. She's been having a confessional before, but it seems more like, I don't know. So, but, you know, the first one I want to talk about is Teresa and Louis come in towards the end. This is not in order, but they come in, they get their jersey. But when they come in, the Gorgas come in. So when the Gorgas come in, Melissa.
Riley. Look for your last name, doll facey. Go give your aunt a kiss for that. Hi, Joey.
She walk over with her son and Joe. They walk over, didn't say shit to each other. I said, God damn. That's how you know they don't fuck with each other. But she told her son, she's like, go say hello to your aunts. Got her jersey, didn't say nothing. You know, he got a kiss. Mind you, I do have to give props to Melissa, because I feel like no matter what, she make sure her kids are respectful to Teresa, and I think that is like a beautiful thing. However, for me, if you talk shit about my mother, bitch, I have nothing for you besides feet and fists. Now, I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you talk about my mother, I don't care if you are from the old auntie all the way down to the baby. Girl, I don't give a fuck. That's my mother. I'm standing behind my mama 10 toes. So if my mama was like, go say hi to your aunt, I'm gonna say, girl, I can spit on this bitch. Now, sorry, I don't care if it's respectful or not. I guess that's their culture, like very much, you know, the Italian family, Hanami's family, all that. Cool, I got it. I don't give a fuck. Period. And that's just how it is, right? So, before all that transpired, really back. So, we see all the girls come in, you know, they're over here kissing, and, you know, Jackie and Jennifer Aiden real cute. And it's just like, it was real weird, you know? And then Margaret, I felt like she got triggered by that. She's just like, hold on. She's like, when have y'all been cool? Even Danielle's like, she's like, what's going on?
I'm friends with Jen. Oh, are you? Yeah. The only person I'm not friends with is you. She said, who invited you to...
So, because Jackie's over here doing like, you know, hey girl, how you doing? Yeah, you're so cute. So Danielle was just like, when have y'all been cool? And Jennifer Aiden was like, yeah, we've been cool for like a minute now. And she was just like, oh, it's just, I guess another thing that you haven't told me, right? I said, oh, okay. And then Jackie's like, yeah, we've been cool since 2018, you know? I said, no, you have not been close since 2018, because when I've been doing these reviews, y'all have been over here going at each other. You probably been cool once you lost your spot.
I know that you were like friends with her. Did I not tell you? No. That's a recurring theme, I think, or you're not telling me things. Hello?
But, to each his own. But, Margaret and Jackie started going back and forth a little bit because, so Margaret was having Danielle's back to let her know why, you know, Danielle did not invite her to her party in Jersey Shore. Like I said before in the earlier part of the video, Jackie was being a hating ass bitch. So Margaret was basically standing up for her, and Jackie just didn't like that. She's just like, you never had my back, girl.
You weren't getting along. You can't take such personal offense. No, dude, like, you don't take my side in anything. Jackie, my whole life I take.
Talk about this book. And Jackie was like, why are you upset about this book? Like, you know, girl, nobody have seen this book. Not even my mother. And then Margaret was like, oh, I'm not surprised there. I said, ooh. Ooh. I said, you want to talk about mothers? What? You want to go there?
Okay, it's my mother asked you. I asked you. Oh, that's not surprising. What? Wait, Margaret, don't get in too deep. Don't, like, I could talk about my mother, you can't.
When I tell you, I'm happy that Jackie told her, Margaret, you went past a boundary. You don't want to keep going past that boundary, right? Because that's something I would have done. I would give you a warning shot, like, friend, you're going past a boundary that I don't think you want to go. Because if Jackie would have came back and talked about that ex-husband and really would have went down to the gutter with it, I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying, if she would have went there, yeah. Now Margaret would have been like, oh my God.
What have you ever done for me? Are you kidding? No, I'm not kidding. It was the anniversary of Jan's death. Oh wow, I didn't realize.
All this, right? I just feel like Margaret's in this state of, I'm confused on what's really going on because all this stuff is happening without my knowledge and nobody's telling me anything.
Do you know why Jen Fesler never made us? Because they call and check it. Dolores checked on me 3 times this week. Melissa called me. All right, I feel like you don't even give me the time of day anymore.
And I feel like Margaret feels like she was owed a conversation before the girls basically became cool with Teresa and them, right? So now Margaret's been left in the dark. She's just like, okay, what's going on? We filming a new season. Y'all motherfuckers switching up. Y'all. So Jackie's saying the same thing in her confession. She's just like, look, I feel like Margaret thought that I was her motherfucking soldier, and I'm not. I'm a grown-ass woman doing my own thing. She was like, after writing this book, I found a new level of confidence in myself and in who I am. And that's just what it is. And if you don't like it, you just don't like it. Period. I'm going to be friends with who I want to be friends with. Right? So, you know, basically, Margaret calls herself self-centered. And, you know, that was right before the baseball game. I'm just like, damn, I'm going for blood. And I ain't mad at it. I was like, okay, Jackie, I see you trying to get your spot back.
Do it. Oh my God. Then don't do it. You keep saying you can't do it. Then don't do it. Who's begging you to do it? Who's begging you to do it?
You know, go after Margaret. You know, it was skill. I ain't mad, right? But at the end of the episode, you know, we see them play the baseball game, and you know, we see a little toss going on. Joe and Bill have a combo. You know, it was nothing crazy. Jennifer Aiden kind of pissed me off a little bit when she went to Bill. She was like, Bill, you never have my back. You're hugging Joe. You're not standing in solidarity with me. And my whole thing with Jen is just like, she's too self-producing, where it's just like, girl, live your fucking life. You are not that upset with Joe to basically punish your husband. Like, girl, he's out of the drama, right? So in the midst of her complaining to her husband, who come over? Melissa. She's like, hey girl, hey, let's talk. You come to my house, maybe not, we can go out for dinner or whatever. Let's talk and figure out what we gotta do. But if at the end of this, we just say, look, I hate your fucking guts, cool. But let's just bury it and like have this combo because I'm over it.
Let's really have a conversation. And if it means, hey Melissa, I hate your guts. I want you to tell me that. Vice versa. You want to come by?
Shout out to them because we're over it too. So you could definitely see the shifts going on, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen, right? The new character Tiffany, they're doing like a soft launch with her. We learned that she's over here she played for or she cheered for the Jets. So I don't know, she might be coming on next season. I mean, she's a brunette, so this show seems to love brunettes. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm excited. This was a good episode. I was very shocked from top to bottom. Well, let me know what you guys think. Is there anything you agree or disagree with what I said? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and break your ear here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my